Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all of you. So, in this video, I and my friends will share to you about a topic on how to reduce the stress at the workplace. Before that, based on Malaysia's healthiest workplace survey that have been done by AIA Vitality 2019, it showed a rise of 22% of employees in mental health problems. Workplace stress is needed until a certain point, but not too much. So, in this video, we will share to you about where does the stress come from and how to reduce the stress, and we will give some solution on it. So, enjoy the video. Okay, now I'm Zulhilmi. Will share to you about where does the stress come from. So, I'm as the staff or worker at a company. So every day, my boss or my manager give a lot of tasks that I have to finish it early before I go home. And every day, I decide to go home late at night in order to finish the task. So it caused me to feel more stressed and very stressful at the workplace. And my wife also always make a call to me to make sure that I go home early. And that also make me so stressed. And one day I decide to go home early before I finish the task. And I asked my wife to get a counselor to solve my problem, which is I'm very stressful at the workplace and I cannot finish the task early.
There are a lot of reasons that causes the employee to feel stressed at their workplace, and the main reason was caused by the boss of the company. Excessive workload given by the boss within a tight deadline make the employee feel stressed to done their work on time. Discrimination at the workplace, do not understand the employee strength area, no guidance, only delegation makes a lot of stress to the employee. And last, no reward or recognition to the employee. Too much stress received by the employee will affect themselves and the performance of the company. To overcome this issue, the boss must creating a well-defined roles among the employees and give a reasonable deadline, giving reward or recognition, providing an adequate salary, and provide professional counseling to the employee. Last, building a culture in the workplace that encourages support.
Me, as a wife to my husband who is having a stress from his workplace, I try my best to play my role. When he's home and accidentally expressing his anger towards me, I try not to take it personally. When he's calm, I lend him my ears and listen attentively on what he wants to say. Sometimes he just wants to be heard. I will give him undivided attention, be open-minded and flexible. After that, I will offer him support and try to engage with the conversation. The correct words like supportive language might help him to think rationally. Empathize and sympathize. That's the keywords. Once the issue has been brought up for a while, I try to follow up if there is any more concern about the issue. If there is any, I will offer him an advice. However, this needs to be done gently. This is because I am sharing my own perspective and hoping that he will not feel offended by that. I try to look if there is any blind spot in his problem, because sometimes when people are overwhelmed, they tend to mislook certain things. However, if none of that works, I would suggest him to go for a rest. He just might need a short vacation after a while. To recap, as someone who can connect well with my husband, I just try to be more patient, say more affirming things to make him believe in himself, and be compassionate all the time.
Hello everyone. We all know that stress is actually a silent killer in workplace, and color study shows that the excess stress can cause a real physical symptoms like headache, upset stomach, increased blood pressure, chest pains, and trouble sleeping. So today, Miss Samuel as a psychology would like to share with you some tips and ways in reducing your stress in workplace. First of all, start exercising. In fact, a 1999 study found that exercise was just an effective way in eliminating depressions. Exercise also help get your mind off your stressful thoughts by training yourself to be in the moment and focusing on your body movement. It can be a form of active meditations and have a calming effects on your body and mind. You should aim for a minimum of 30 minutes of activity each day. If you don't have the time to fit in a run or a gym sessions, you can increase your mobility at work. For example, switch to an active desk or take a walking meeting. Have you ever heard that eat your feelings is a real phenomenon and many people turn into unhealthy comfort foods as a stress management at work? That's why so important to eat healthy foods that are rich in complex carbohydrates that fills our brains and supports concentration and focus. This will give you the power to learn how to handle work pressures and how to overcome stress at work. And also you have to avoid foods that high in fats, refined sugars, carbohydrates, caffeine, drinks and nicotines. Last and foremost, keep them in check so they don't become a major source of negative stress. Be a positive minded person and focusing on what you can control. Much of the anxiety we experience is over the uncertainty caused by things outside our controls. The best ways to combat this is only to focus the things that we can control, like for example our efforts, our attitudes, how we treat persons, and rather than the outcome we get. In generally, the combinations of high demand in the job and low amount of controls over the situations can lead to stress. These are the several ways for you to overcome this sickness in workplace. And it's definitely sober. Thank you very much for watching this video and I hope this video is able to solve your stress problem in workplace. Thank you.